the template gave us a table. So now we're going to modify the existing table that was provided to us by the template. And we don't need everything in this table. To start off with, we're going to delete the last 3 rows of the table. So we need to select all the cells in the last 3 rows of the table. Go to the Layout tab and delete rows. We're going to move this table so it's closer to the bottom of the slide. We're going to make the table larger left to right, so the table takes up the entire slide left to right, and it's going to take up the entire bottom of the slide. So we're going to click on the table to select the table. We're going to go to the Home tab and we're going to change our font style to Arial. When it gives you a blank, like the font style was blank, that's because there was a combination of fonts there. It just wasn't one font style. And then we change the font size to 20. We're going to go to the Design tab. I'm going to click on one where I can actually see the border lines. We're going to make our table just a little bit taller. And now I'm going to highlight my cells and highlight my headings in row 1. I go to the Home tab and I notice that my fonts didn't get changed to to Arial. So I'm going to click on the table again and I'm going to change it to Arial and bold. Now this time it looks like it took it. So I'm going to highlight all the headings in row 1. I'm going to change the font so it is in red, so our titles will show up a little bit better. Here is my table, and I also set my beveling so my cells have the bevel to them. So here's my table with all my data inputted. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see all the text in the table. Now I'm centered left to right, but I'm also going to center up and down. Put it in the middle. And now I say, you know what, I can modify my table a little bit more. I'm going to add a background to this. Now when I click on the picture or texture fill, it's going to automatically put that texture background on there. So don't worry that it does that. We're going to click on Online, and we're going to go to the internet, and I picked a Dell logo as the background. And what I want to do now with that Dell logo background there, because of that and the way it's showing up, is I'm going to select my my table, and I'm going to change my font to Times New Roman so my numbers show up a little bit better, because the default font for numbers is Times New Roman. And now we're going to go to Format Background, and now I'm going to I changed my brightness, my contrast, so my font will show up better against the faded background. So here is my completed slide. You can pause if you need to, or rewind if you need to get all the data into your table.